it's TxStampin Sharon. On today's video, we're gonna look at some products from the Sale-a-Bration brochure. I love these little donkeys and the ombre paper. I can't quit playing with it. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Let me know below, give me some comments, tell me what you think. And if you currently do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd be honored to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. You can find out how to contact me in my store, how to sign up for my newsletter, where I send you project ideas every week down below the video. If you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you. I invite you to subscribe below and then hit that notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. Let's play with these little donkeys. This is the time of the year that we call Sale-a-Bration. This is the little brochure, and today I'm featuring the darling donkeys. I have fallen in love with these adorable little donkeys. So with Sale-a-Bration, for every $50 that you spend on my website, you can choose something free from this little catalog, this little brochure. If your order is $100, there are some options in there as well, but we're going to look at the darling donkeys that you get free for a $50 order. And the other thing I wanted to share with you is this fun ombre paper. I have fallen in love with it so much that I think I have 2 packs here. I love the fact that it graduates on the solid colors as well as on the printed colors. So darker to lighter, and on that little pattern. And I just love this paper. So we're going to be using this today. Again, this is something that you can get for free for $50 purchase. The other thing I'm going to be using are these fun little brushes that are very, very soft. And we're going to be making a sky. Oh, and these are called blending brushes, by the way. And I prefer them now over using a sponge. I'm finding that I get a lot more even coverage and not so spotted like I did with sponges. So yeah, my new favorite. I'm going to order some more of these. So I wanted to share some other things that I'm using on today's project. I'm using the Happy Dies. I'm using this piece for my clouds. And you may be familiar with the quite curvy bundle. I'm going to be using this piece for my grass, for my hills. In December, you could get like the Christmas one and both of these. And now in this catalog, in the January through June 2020, you can get this bundle. And I haven't even stamped with this yet, but I want to because I keep thinking of a lot of fun ways to say you're one in a million. And thinking of you makes my day. I love those 2 sentiments. So you'll be seeing this soon in the future. And another fun thing that we're going to use are the wobbles. Stampin' Up! Does not sell these, but they are so fun. And all I could think of when I saw the darling donkeys was I wanted to get me some wobbles. And I just ordered these on Amazon. They do have 2 different sizes. And I'm glad I got the mini because once I cut out the little donkey, this fits exactly for his little body. So I have all my materials ready. And here is our ombre paper that I used the curvy dies. And I preferred having the dots. You don't have to. You could just cut where it was just a clean hill if you wanted to, but I just thought it was kind of cute. So both of my pieces look fairly the same, and I'm going to show you my little trick so that I can offset them the way I want to. I have a scrap piece to cut out my little donkey. And I have like 3 other cards, and this card is kind of a bit from each of those other cards, so you'll understand what I mean. I have a piece of white paper that is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. I have a piece of balmy blue that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I have a piece of white that is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored and folded at 4 1/4. Now this happens to be the Whisper White, but that is being discontinued with Stampin' Up! And they'll be coming out with something called Basic White. So I'm just going to be referring to it as white so that you don't get confused if you tried to order it. If I told you Whisper White, you're not going to be able to find it on the website. It's going to be called Basic White. So the first thing I did to get ready, I took a long Post-it note. You know, they come in different sizes. And then I took my die from the Happy Dies, And I just placed it about in the middle because I wanted to have enough room to like hang on to it if I needed to and all that. But I just ran this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and I came up with this for my clouds. So I'm going to place it, and if you do it this way, that will still fit. So we're going to do ours this way. I'm using Balmy Blue and my blending brush. And I just kind of rub all over the ink pad. And then I start on my Post-it note, just so I have a very soft blue. And I just love how this turns out. And then I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to offset it some. I don't want my clouds to be perfectly straight. Again, we're going to get some more ink. And I'm just going along that edge, not completely going up to the next line. So if you don't have the happy dies, if you saw it like where I made some birthday cards with it and you're like, it's cute. You got to have them for this if you want clouds. And then we're just going to offset again, just back and forth. You will see a picture of this, not of this card. I would be so honored if Stampin' Up! Put one of my cards in a publication. You're going to see where they have a sample of, there's an airplane and clouds. And I was like, how'd they make those clouds? This is how they did it. Now I'm just going to keep going because I don't know how far up my little hills and donkeys are going to be. And I don't want to have to go back and redo this. So I'm just going to do it one more time. I love to figure out how'd they do that? How'd they make that? How'd they do that? So I hope that this helps you if you want to make some clouds. Okay, that should be good. So now I told you I have these two pieces and I want them to be offset. I don't want them to be perfect. So that's why I didn't cut mine at all. You know what? I'm going to add one more row. I just changed my mind. Crafters can do that, can't they? Just want to make sure. Just want to make sure that I have clouds all the way down to the ground. It's just how I want to do it. You may not want them all the way down. But I found that it just looked kind of funny if I had a white space in there. So we're just going to do clouds. Because he's on a hill, so he's up high, right? That should do it. So what I did first is I took my first piece and I just laid it on the bottom like that. And then I took this piece and then I decided, do I want it over here? How do I want my hills to be? So I just kind of moved it back and forth. And maybe I want to move this over. I kind of like that. What do y'all think? Oh, there we go. That's it. So I'm just going to add some adhesive across the bottom. And then let's refresh my mind what I decided. Lining it up at the bottom. And then we're going to add some adhesive here. And then I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to grab my snips. And that's how I measure. You may totally decide to do it a different way. It's just how I preferred it. I preferred to be able to see what my end result was going to be. So I think it's pretty cute. We're going to add all this to our balmy blue. So I'm going to take my Hey There Friend and my Memento ink. And I'm just going to stamp this right here. I could put it on a layer. You can put it on a layer. Whatever you want to do when you're making your card. Now, remember my piece of scrap? I did use a thicker piece of the white, and I want to stamp my little donkey. I have my Stampin' blends. I have got the soft suede, and I'm going to start with the light. And then I'm going to bring in my darker. And I just wanted his hoofs to be darker. You really can't even tell, but I just wanted it. You could color your donkey gray, any color you want. I don't know, are donkeys even pink? I would say pink, but I don't know if they're pink. And then I'm just going to follow the artist's line. Bring in my lighter, and I'm just going to kind of blend that line to soften it up. And then I'm going to take my snips and I'm going to cut him out. And by the magic of television, I've already done that. Now, see how I couldn't quite get in there with by his tail? Otherwise, I'll cut his tail off. I did do that on one donkey. It can happen. So I'm going to teach you my trick. I'm going to bring back in my lighter of my soft suede, and I'm just going to color it. Any place that I didn't feel that I got close enough, like right there on the end, nobody's going to know what you did. Isn't that great? So see, it looks just fine. Like I said, I cut the tail off of one. I didn't want to do it on the video, so I was like, we're not even going to show that. Okay, so I do have my card base, and I'm going to go ahead and add this layer. To my white layer. And then we're going to bring in our little wobble. And we're going to remove the backing. There's two sides that have adhesive on them. I don't know which is which. Do I need to put that on the base, that on the base? They look the same to me. I'm sure out there somebody knows, but it works. Either way you do it. I'm just going to put that down. And then, I swear, this little tool comes in handy for everything. Okay, so now the fun begins. And I can't wait to show you what I did with him on another card because it was super cute too. They're just adorable. So then you have to decide, is he frolicking? I kind of like him going that way, but he needs to be on the grass, not in the air. Let's do him this way. Hey there, friend. Isn't that cute? So fun. I know that my grandkids are going to love this. Uh-oh, we got his little foot caught. Okay. There we go. Okay. So I did one this way. And as you can see, I still use the clouds. I use this, but I cut him out. Boy, was he hard. He's the one that I cut his tail off. So I had to stamp another tail and then glue it on. Like pin the tail on the donkey. This card I did on one of the note cards. If you saw my video that I did, what was it, January 5th, where I did a walkthrough with the catalog, you saw me make this. And on this one, I even pulled in some Granny Apple Green cardstock. So you wouldn't necessarily have all ombre if you didn't want to. And then I think this one is the cutest. I was torn. Which one do I make for the video? So I made it like a barn door, okay? Hey there, friend. It's your birthday. Look at that. So he just kind of boings. Super cute. I hope that you've fallen in love with darling donkeys like I have because they're so cute. And again, those clouds, I think you got to have it. I think you have to have the happy dies. Just saying. Speaking of happy stamping, y'all.